Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Bricky's Comedy Club! How you guys doing tonight? Come on, I said how you guys doing tonight?
Hey guys, this is Shea, and welcome to my office. The reason I'm in my office, if you're watching this on YouTube, is because at the time I'm editing this episode, I don't have power. As you guys know, the hurricanes came through, the hurricane, I should say, it felt like multiple, came through and just absolutely just mollywopped the eastern side of the U.S. So at the time I'm editing this and recording this, I'm at my office because my office has power and internet, and my house currently doesn't. It's been like 4 days since we've had anything. So I'm going to be doing some of this from the office, but I wanted to cut in real quick and just let you guys know why this episode is so special, and also why it's just me. So this is our 50th episode, and that means we've been going for almost a full year now as the Three Mics, and that's all. When you get to that first year as a podcast, as you know, a comedian, as anything, it's always like a big milestone. So we wanted to do something really special for our 50th episode, and also on September 28th, we did a Three Mics live show at Bricky's Comedy Club, which is really special to us because Bricky's is the comedy club, kind of where the Three Mics was born. It was me and Wells who did a podcast together called The Basement Lounge, and Vander was new and he was a friend, and we'd had him on as a guest a few times, and we pitched the idea, what if we did a show, just a comedy show at Bricky's? We called it Three Mics and a Mic. It was a play on a old movie called Three Men and a Little Lady, or Three Men and a Baby. That's where like the font and the original poster design were born. It was all born of a spoof of that original movie. And after Three Mics and a Mic, and it was a huge success, and we had Vander on the podcast a lot more. We made him a permanent guest of the Basement Lounge, but at that point, like I wasn't in it was time for the show to get a rebrand. We relaunched as just the Three Mics and have been going ever since. And so Bricky's was the birthplace of the Three Mics. And as you guys know by now, Wells is going on break for a while because him and his wife are having baby number 2 any day now. So Wells is taking the rest of the year off, which was fine for the rest of us. I am also in a period where I have had, as you guys know, a hell of a year between health issues, selling my house, moving back in with my mother, and then just ever since I got back to going, comedy's kind of just been going, and Gem City Comedy's been going well, and Vander is now got a ton of stuff booked for the rest of the year. So we're all busy the rest of the year. That does not mean that we're going away, though. We're just going to be adjusting for the remainder of the year as things get busy for the holidays and everything. So Wells is going to be taking a break. He will be popping in intermittently, usually probably from home over StreamYard or something. But for the going while, what's going to end up happening is Vander and I are going to have the occasional guest on the show. You guys really liked it when we had Kevin Ruppert on, and believe me, that is easily one of my favorite episodes of the podcast we've ever done. I rarely go back and actually watch and listen to our show, and I had to go back and watch and listen to the episode with Kevin a lot because it was so good. So we're going to have some guests on. We're going to be calling it something like Two Mics, One Person, like a Two Girls, One Cup kind of joke, because why not? And those episodes won't be coming out as regularly. They're going to be something kind of special, but also we're going to be folding in other people's schedules around ours as well. So those are going to come out when they come out. And then once we get into 2025 and the other side of the new year, and Wells is ready to come back, and then we'll get back to doing regular podcasts, booking. We're going to do a lot more live shows next year, I think. We've got some stuff planned, and we've got some cool stuff planned for the YouTube channel as well. All of that to say, we wanted to do something really special for our 50th episode. So what we did was we recorded our Three Mics live show at Bricky's Comedy Club. Now, this is not a great quality recording. This is off my cell phone from one angle, but the audio is good and the video is good. We tried to do a multiple angle thing, and we had some technical difficulties, and it just did not pan out the way we wanted to. But I was able to at least salvage all of one angle and the audio and get a couple others. You might see some other angles thrown in there once in a while, depending on what I can salvage. But we had a really great time, so we thought we would share with you guys each of our performances from the Three Mics live show, so that if you've never seen our stand-up or been to one of our shows, you get an idea for what it is. And also just share with you guys some other little fun tidbits and stuff throughout the thing as well. So let's go ahead and kick things off with, I think the best thing to do would be to introduce the one who's the reason we're making all these changes in the first place for the show, which is Mike Wells. And I think I will let our host, Nick Osman, do that for me.
All right, guys, now this show is called The Three Mics Live, and I'm going to bring up the first mic here, okay? He's very funny. Everybody, give it up for one of my favorites, Mike Wells, everyone!
Yeah, for Nick, I used to work with his dad. Fucking really shitty. This is how far I've come in comedy, and I'm like 15 years older than him. Sorry, I got this lapel on me right here that's recording it looks like a black Smurf's dick. So. Anyways, a little about me, everybody, a little bit about me. Me and my wife just had a kid, everybody. We just had a kid. So I realized I talk to my kid like I talk to my dog. So I can't tell if I'm a really bad parent or just like a really great pet owner. But at least I know the dog is mine. So. You don't like that joke, I'm gonna fucking love the next 15 minutes of me. As a joke, I gave my sister anal beads for her birthday. Yeah. My mom thought it was an inappropriate gift for a 6-year-old. You guys you're going to hell. And I don't even believe in hell, but but guess what, guys? Now my mom has new anal beads, so. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice. I guess I'm into cross-dressers. I don't know. He's like, fucking guys. I'm just joking, maybe. I've met Kevin and Joe before, so. This is stupid. About 6 months ago, me and my wife had a gender reveal party. I flashed everyone. I'm a boy. Tap dancing is like twerking to someone with a foot fetish. And clogging's like 1970s bush porn. And bush porn is basically videos of George W. Bush ordering planes into the Twin Towers. Anyways, that worked the other night, did not work here. Okay, let's see here. My favorite pickup line is, I knew that table did cocaine right there. I fucking knew it. I fucking knew it. Let's see here. I'm a failure as a child. I do two voice impersonations. The first one is Cleveland Brown from Family Guy. Loretta, no. The second one is my father. Mike, you're a failure. Both are spot on. If you have Tourette's, your pet parrot also has Tourette's. If you kill two birds with one stone, those are some lazy ass birds. Like, never have sex with a parrot in the room. You have two people calling you a bitch the entire time. Holy shit. You guys are fucking weird. You guys are cool. Let's see here. Where am I? The adoption process is ridiculous. It took me and my wife 6 years 6 years to get rid of our first kid. No idea why we kidnapped him in the first place. You got one of those creepy, like, locking the basement laughs, like, It's fucking stupid. I'm gonna look at my joke book because I can, because I'm not a professional anymore. Let's see here. Let's look at these jokes. My wife caught me masturbating. Yeah. That's the last time I visit her at work. Your mom jokes always kill at Planned Parenthood, but never at an orphanage. An orphan's favorite restaurant is the Olive Garden, because when you're there, you're family. All right, you guys don't like orphan jokes, but anal beads is cool. Okay. I wear camo shorts to hide my thighs. That doesn't make any fucking sense. Let's see here. Video games are becoming so realistic. That military game, Call of Duty, really gives you the full soldier experience. Like, I started playing it, and when I finished, I found out my wife was cheating on me the entire time. And I'm afraid of loud noises. A lot of people don't like that joke because I think I'm saying fuck the troops. And I am saying fuck the troops. Please, somebody fuck the troops, because clearly their wives are not. I've watched so much porn, the only way I can orgasm is if before sex my wife yells, skip ad. You get that one? You watch way too much porn. I like to watch double POV porn. It's just a video of me watching a video of me watching porn. And that dude back there watches POV porn. Let's see here. It's just a picture of tits. I don't know. That's a good one. Yeah, they are nice looking tits. Let's see here. Where was I?
Skip ad.
No, I don't want to do that. Every morning I take medication, and like the last thing I think before I take it is, I really hope my grandpa doesn't need her pain pills. Need to make some extra money and sell them to my grandpa. That's fucking stupid. Somebody said that was horrible. Let's see here. You guys can hear my darkest, dirtiest joke? Yeah. Yeah, okay. Now the up front doesn't want to fucking hear it at all. All right, I'm going to do it. All right, here's my darkest, dirtiest joke. So hopefully this works. If not, it's going to fucking suck for the next while. Darkest, dirtiest joke. So I'm balls deep in this 14-year-old boy, right? He turns to me and goes, what are you doing? And I go, holy shit, you're alive. And that was the first wet dream I ever had, so. All right. If Big Bird was a rapper, he'd go by Lil Bird. Having really bad accuracy means a blind person can read your face. I'm a competitive person. I want to try heroin to see if I can beat it. I just started doing heroin and I can't stop because it's heroin. That's the most addictive joke I've ever written. I'm a competitive person. I want to try heroin to see if I can beat it. I just started doing heroin and I can't stop because it's heroin. That's the most addictive joke I've ever written. I'm a competitive person. I want to try heroin to see if I can beat it. I just started doing heroin and I can't stop because it's heroin. That's the most addictive joke I've ever written. I bought a Polaroid camera so I could take throwback dick pics. I'm going to get a teardrop tattoo so everyone already killed myself on the inside. I like to do one-liners because 8 Ball is too much cocaine. That joke appeals to such people in comics and that table back there. Diet Coke is only half a line. And Coke Zero has really low self-esteem. I went to a drag race show. It was just a bunch of cars dressed as planes. Lip-syncing Lady Gaga's Born This Way. in America is it socially acceptable to tell a mass shooting joke as long as you follow the moment of silence? Thank you. A coworker of mine came up to me the other day and was like, wow, Mike, you have resting mass shooter face? So I told her not to come into work on Thursday. Thank you. When you look at chicken fingers long enough, you start to think, holy shit, if a chicken had hands, they'd be huge. A chicken could palm a basketball, knit me a sweater, or choke me during sex. Let's see here. If you like animals, crabs is the best STD to get. All right, that was a new one. I own a pair of black jeans. I call them my knickers. Hard R? That's the one joke you fucking laughed at this entire time. I fucking love you. Sorry. Nope, not gonna do that one. That'll get me fired. No. I want to see a racist transformer. Like it's a Honda that hates Toyotas because it's built in a different province. Like I'm so talented, I've been playing the air guitar this entire time. Stupid fucking joke. You guys ever heard the phrase going ham? Yeah, what does it stand for? Going crazy, going hard as a motherfucker. You know what it is going hard as a motherfucker? Sacrificing your one and only son for the sins of humanity. Burying him in a tomb. Going down to that tomb 3 days later, he's not there because he's risen from the dead. That's going hard as a motherfucker. That's going so hard, God was like, Jesus Christ, it's going ham. And create a holiday after it, called it Easter. That's why ham is a staple dish of any Easter dinner. Blind people always have sex with the lights off. Deaf people love that joke. Herpes is pronounced the same way in every language. Fuck! I can't believe you guys have been putting up with me for like... I'm literally about to have my second kid. This is the last thing I'm doing in really long. Does anybody else turn the volume down in their car right after they hit somebody? They say you're supposed to make your Wi-Fi password something no one knows. So my Wi-Fi password is my real dad's name. It's just 8 question marks in a row. A 2 weeks notice is the worst way to break up with somebody. If you're homeless and homeschool your kids, that's called street smarts. There are two types of people like a finger in their ass. 2 types of people. 1, you're kinky, or 2, you buy the same toilet paper I do. The more tattoos a person has, the harder you're gonna have to choke them in the bedroom. All right, you guys, and that looked a little too close to home. Famous quotes. You make 100% of the shots you take. John Wilkes Booth. So you fucking laughed at the fucking assassination joke of fucking Robert? But God forbid. Time heals all wounds. It's not a great thing to say to a paraplegic. But still better than walk it off. Little known fact, the laser pointer is not allowed in Broadway's musical hit, Cats. That was my dad joke for the fucking... I don't like the word stalker, I prefer guardian angel. Nope, all right. That joke did not work. Getting that off the list. Let's see, you got a couple more minutes. You guys have been fucking weird. If my 76-year-old grandma was any more active, she'd be alive. Oh, I went too dark with that one. I fucking dead kid earlier. Let's see here. Let's see, I don't know where I'm at. If it wasn't for the game Uno, I want to be able to count up to 1 in Spanish. 11 in Spanish is pronounced uno, or Dos Equis. Vitamin C is also known as vitamin yes in Spanish. Let's see here. How much more time do I got? I don't know. Where am I at, Mike?
30 minutes.
30 minutes? God damn. You sound like a very intelligent boomhauer. I got the light, thank God. Wearing yoga pants doesn't make yoga any easier. And wearing a wife beater doesn't make her listen any better. Some of you aren't listening at jokes, so I feel like I gotta fucking repeat it. People, can you please stop using Snapchat filters? The other day, I met a woman that looked nothing like the dog I wanted to fuck. I'm a drug abuser. I go home and punch my bag of meth until it does the dishes. That's a stupid fucking joke. One time I saw a lumberjack choke on a toothpick, and that's called karma. I enjoy listening to audiobooks. They can pronounce the words I can't. I used to only date single moms because multiple moms is too many. I always date a woman with scoliosis because I love a lady with curves. All right, a couple more and get out of here. We live in a world where we don't give people second chances anymore, and we need to give people second chances. Because if we think about it, without second chances, O.J. Simpson would have never went to prison. Like, if you don't think he did it, oh, he did it. He even wrote a book called If I Did It, This Is How I Would Do It. How ballsy is that? That's like cheating on your spouse, getting away with it, and filming a porn called I Didn't Fuck Her, but if I did, this is how I plow her pussy. But if the Magnum condom don't fit, you must quit. You guys are fucking weird. I'm a competitive person. I'm gonna try heroin to see if I can beat it. I just started doing it. Thank you guys so much for letting me tell jokes up here, getting Nick Osman back on.
It's always so funny talking with Wells because he is so much one of the most versatile people I've ever met in my life. Because my mother, when we first started doing the podcast, I remember saying, and you've heard me tell this story on the show before, but is Mike Wells a nice person? And I always say, yeah, Mike Wells is one of the nicest guys in the world. My mom's like, really? Okay. Mike Wells is truly one of my favorite people, and I'm glad that I get to do this with him. And I'm glad that in its own weird way, it's made us all a weird part of Wells' happy little family. So, but that being said, next up in the show was me. We were doing something a little different with this show because we're been going for almost 20 years now, and it was time for me to really figure out just how much time I could really do. And so the original plan was to have me close out at the Attic when we were doing the Attic earlier this year up in Columbus. But because of how that show wound up playing out, that didn't happen. And the reason we were going to do that was we wanted to try and see just how long my material is, because I've never really done every joke I have in one set because I never really had that opportunity. So we were trying to see just how long I could really go. And I still didn't quite do that with this show, but I think I went for close to 30 minutes. And the reason we bring this is because, again, I'm coming up on 20 years. It'll be 20 years next year. So for my 20th anniversary, I'd like to do a full headline set, and I'm trying to see how close to that I am. So even though I'm in the middle for this show, I do a little more time than everybody else because the guys were nice enough to let me just sort of let my set breathe. And then when Vander closes the show out, we just kind of had him go until they gave him the light, basically. So, but yeah, it was Bricky's is always an interesting audience because it's an older audience. Usually, it's it's not so much right leaning, but it's a bit more middle from left politically and socially. So while we love performing there, and we love Kevin and we love the room, the audience, this can always be a little bit tricky. I was also a little more nervous than I think I was anticipating with the show for some reason. I think it was just because of everything going on with the hurricane and knowing that I was a little frazzled. I was coming off 2 days of no electricity, hadn't had a shower. So I was a little frazzled. All that to say, I still think I delivered a good performance, but let me know down in the comments what you guys think.
You guys having a good time? Yeah! Hell yeah, we got a couple more comics from you, and they're both named Mike. Everybody give it up for one of my good friends, Mike Shea!
One more time for your host, Nick Osman, everybody. Crushing it tonight. Holy shit. Thank you guys for coming. You guys had to walk past kittens to get in here. That takes fucking spine. Holy shit. I almost didn't come in here. I'm loud. Okay. Jesus. Okay. Kevin, what's going on? Not in the room. All right, cool. My name is Mike Shea. The other guys tend to just call me Shea. My mom calls me Mikey. My ex called me on accident when she was fucking her boss.
Been there.
Yeah, been there. You were the boss? Okay, gotcha. They worked the customer service too, so the call was recorded for quality assurance. These are jokes, people. Come on. Because we're just going to do a survey at the end. I mean, game recognized game, 4 stars, but it would have been 5, but I was on hold for 20 minutes. He lasts a while. Been a rough start to the year, obviously. Kevin, what the fuck is going on here, man?
Your voice is too low, man.
I can't. What do you want me? What do you mean to do this? Fuck! I like feeding back something fierce, man.
You should be good. Just kind of, if you stay in that general area.
Just do. Okay, guys, this is the new show. I'm just gonna do this the whole rest of the next 20 minutes. Let's see how long I can hold it. It's not gonna last long. My legs already fucking hurt. I'm so out of shape. Had to sell the house, move back in with mom this year. So I showed up with 7 friends in a moving truck, but I showed up with 7 lesbians.
Yeah.
Yeah, the real lesbians, the ones that don't bother growing out these fingernails. Not enough of you got that, ladies. I'm so fucking sorry. Holy shit, Jesus. Guys, trim them. They'll thank you, I promise. But these lesbians had that U-Haul loaded in 20 minutes. I was really fucking impressed, and it got me thinking, why have we not embraced the power of the all-lesbian moving company? I'm just saying we go on Shark Tank, call it box stuffers. We'll make $1 billion easily. Okay. I moved in with mom with my now single dad of 2 kids that I love very much. I have Archie, he's my little one. I got Rosie, she's about to be 5. Archie's great. He's a ginger, which makes him an asshole. He's like this. Yeah, I can't tell in this light. Are you one? Are you just having a moment of self? No, you're about close enough. You're like half and half. Your mom was one. Yeah. You're like, yes, actually. Holy shit. I have your ancestry results right here. And Rosie, she's that older sister. She just doesn't give a fuck about what her little brother wants to do. She wants to do her own thing, and he wants to play, but he's 2. He just wants to roughhouse. That's the only way he knows how to play, And so she, pushes him away. He thinks she's still roughhousing. The only time they seem to get along is when they gang up on my sister's kid, because of course we all live in one house. And it's weird optics when they gang up on my sister's kid, because my sister's kid is black. And I don't want that. These are cats, by the way. The look on your face made me have to jump to the punchline really fast, okay? They're just cats. There was other steps to that joke. We're just gonna get to it. These are fucking cats. I was a whole thing about locking them in the basement and shitting in boxes. We're gonna move on. Okay, cool. When I first got Rosie, when I first brought her home, I was still single, and she's a very smart cat. She learned how to open my cabinet doors really quickly. Anybody have a cat that can do that? Any cat people in here? No, you all walk past the kittens. That's why they're fucking in here tonight. You're all dog people, yeah?
Dogs.
Yeah, fuck. I love dogs too. There's that weird thing. People who are like cat people, we love dogs too. We just look at dog people are like, fuck cats, man. But she learned how to open these cabinet doors, so I started to baby-proof my fucking kitchen for a cat. So when I would bring dates over, they thought I was hiding a kid from them. And it's like, Now I just have a velociraptor from Jurassic Park that learned how to open doors, I guess. Just me? All right, cool. All right. I live and work near downtown Dayton. Anybody make downtown a lot? Anybody?
Yeah.
Love going downtown. I love downtown Dayton because you can see on one street corner the best and worst of everything that Dayton has to offer. It's really true. It's the corner of 4th and Jefferson. I know the exact intersection. You stand at the corner, and over here you've got the PBS building. It's got this gorgeous mosaic mural that was designed by a high school art class, and it was done. And further down the block, you've got this another mural that's dedicated to the history of funk music, for which Dayton plays a significant part of the history. And there you've got the Levitt Pavilion, which puts on free concerts for people all over the summer, and they're fantastic. I was at one just a couple weeks ago, and I'm thinking, this is fantastic. This is everything that's gorgeous and great about Dayton. And right there was a homeless guy taking a shit next to a tree. Just in full view, not just like, fuck it, this is my life, I don't care. But then, like, when he was done, because I had to watch, I had to see what the end result of this was going to be. I was transfixed. He, not judging, just like, what is this? He goes over to his backpack, because they all have one, and pulls out a fucking grocery bag, picks up
His own turn!
and drops it in the trash can on the sidewalk. This man is my fucking hero, ladies and gentlemen. This guy is at the lowest point in his life. He is broke, homeless, jobless, probably on heroin, it's Dayton, and he is just like shitting next to a tree, and it's like, you know what, I'm not a fucking animal. I can pick up after myself. Like, I don't have to live like this. I've got a spare bag, I might as well. And I thought, you know, this kind of helps with that eternal debate we have with homelessness. Of like, is it their fault? Is it just like bad things happen to good people? I think this is a great way of helping answer that question, until I realized that 10 feet behind him was a public restroom. Now I think this may have been on Jeremy's fault. I named him, by the way. I gave him a name, I gave him a whole backstory. He was a postal worker, it was a whole thing. The other day, I was looking up a birthday gift for my niece. She loves two things. She loves the color purple, and she loves her wagon, and she needs a new wagon. So I went to Google little purple wagon. My phone auto-corrected to little people wagon. So I searched, because you gotta know what it is. Okay? Now, what popped up was, you know that children's toy line, Little People, like the little pegs and the little farm sense. That's what it ended up being, was a little wagon for that. Thank Christ. Because what I was picturing was like a pram that Peter Dinklage could use, just like with a kegerator and fucking Wi-Fi for when he's on set or something. Okay. Weed's legal. Any weed fans in here? Anybody? What? Weed? No?
Weed?
Weed?
Yes.
Okay, we got there then. He's high right now. Absolutely. I was high when I voted for it. Fuck. That's freedom, baby. That's fine. I have my medical card. My friends like to ask me how I got it. I tell them to mind their fucking business. I want to tell you guys a story. This happened literally yesterday. I'm having some issues with my car. And I'm fighting with my car manufacturer. And I'm not going to say the name of the manufacturer, but it does start with an H, and then with a Hyundai. So my car is having a problem where it's burning its oil entirely too fast. It's a manufacturer defect. I had their own mechanic look at it. He said it's definitely. They were supposed to like have me fill the oil, drive 1,000 miles, test how far it burned, and do it like 3 times. I did it once. He brought it in, looked at me, and went, "Absolutely not. No. This is definitely our issue." And I said, great, they're gonna take responsibility for it, cover it, I'll get a new engine, get a new engine, and I'm covered. They call me 8:30 in the morning on Friday and say, "Sir, I just heard back from Hyundai, they're not gonna be covering the replacement. They want you to instead pay to have a $500 part replacement done to see if that fixes it." And I'm not gonna tell you the name of the tech, but we'll call him Jeff. We're gonna call him Jeff. And I said, "Jeff, what is the likelihood of, why am I holding it? Nobody holds a phone like this anymore. Like, it's all, but he said, I said, "Jeff, what is the likelihood this is actually going to fix the problem?" And he said, "Mr. Shea, I need to call you back." And I said, "What?" He said, "I'm on a cordless phone, the battery's about to die, I need to call you back." I said, "Okay, fine." Hangs up the phone, My phone rings 10 seconds later, but it's not Hyundai's phone number. It's Jeff's personal cell phone number. Jeff is going to spill some tea. Jeff is going to spill some tea. Jeff is going to spill some tea. I pick up the phone, he says, Mr. Shea, this is Jeff. That phone number is recorded. I needed to call you on my cell phone to tell you, to answer your question. I said, Jeff, I can't wait to fucking hear what you're about to say. He said, Mr. Shea, you'd be better off taking that $500, lighting it on fire, and dancing around naked in your front yard. And I said, Jeff, I appreciate you being so honest with me, man. I said, I really didn't expect that. I said, I honestly expected you guys to be like, no, come pay the $500 and slap this Band-Aid on it until the warranty no longer covers you, then you're fucked no matter what. He goes, I get it, man. I'd never do that to you. Hell, I'd have a beer with you. You put oil in my car, dude, but thank you. I mean, do you not have friends? Your bar is really low, Jeff. I appreciate it, but thank you. And I said, well, let me ask you this, Jeff, one man to another, since, we're on the phone. What's my motivation to even buy another Hyundai ever again? And without missing a beat, Jeff said, I drive a Mazda. Jeff, you and the homeless guy that picks up his own shit are going on my Mount Rushmore of just unlikely heroes in my life. I just needed to share that story. Thank you guys so very much. I am single. Shut up. Yeah, really. You know that friend you see who's at a party who's been single for like 3 months or something, and you're like, oh, they'll be fine, they'll find somebody else, there's plenty of fish in the sea. I've been single since the Obama administration.
Me too.
You too, bro? Yeah, it sucks, man. It hurts every more I have to say it out loud too. Like I started just like writing his name on ballots to make me feel better. Just not even presidential ones, just like fucking school board treasurer. I don't care. Like, you got this, Barack. Yes, you can. That slogan still works. I believe in you. Nowadays, like when you see me at a party, everyone's just like, he's been standing next to the plant for 20 minutes, drinking whiskey through a crazy straw, talking to the cat. I don't have a cat. Did he bring his own fucking cat to this party to talk to?
Yes, I did.
Yes, I did.
There's a bunch of them.
There's a bunch of them. You don't get out much, do you, sir? My friends always say I should shoot my shot more, but I shoot my shot like a stormtrooper in Star Wars. I don't have shit. This guy's a fucking nerd. Thank you so much. My friends, I'm at the point now, like, your friends always, like, my friends have started getting married. They send me wedding invites. They ask me to bring in a +1. Now they don't ask me to come to their weddings anymore. My friends have started saying things like, so Mike, Valentine's Day, what do you do? Like I'm a Jewish guy at Christmas. Like, what do you do during this time of year? You don't observe this, right? This isn't for you. I do the same thing I do every day. I jerk off and get stuff. It's easy. It's a simple life I lead. It's not that I'm bad with women, it's they find me about as useful as a white crayon. That's my favorite joke. I don't care if you laugh at that or not. That one's just for me. Laugh when I wrote it, tell it every show. Don't care. Going back to weed, my mom asked me one time, she's sitting right there, so she's gonna love this. She asked me one time, were there different kinds of weed? And I said, you're not ready for that conversation, Mom. I said, there's 3 different things you need to know about weed. I said, the first kind of weed is sativa, and that's the weed that you smoke when you got shit that you need to do.
Yeah.
And then there's indica, and that's the weed that you smoke when you got shit that you need to do that you don't want to fucking do. And there's my favorite, which is hybrid. That's the weed you smoke when you just kind of want to let both sides of your brain fight for dominance at the same time. It's just a battle for Middle Earth going on up here while Judas Priest plays at 90,000 decibels and I'm in my underwear on the couch just having stupid thoughts like, why is Arkansas pronounced like that?
I know.
It's just Kansas with R in front of it. It's like Pirate Kansas when you think about it. Pirate Kansas sounds like he'd be Indiana Jones' arch nemesis. I was high when I wrote that. I thought it was funny as fuck. I don't care. The problem, being single when you're 35 is because everyone else who's in your age group, we're single for a fucking reason. I don't know how to talk to people. I do this. Okay. I had somebody say one time that an ex said to me, you use comedy as a defense mechanism. No shit. This is not the behavior of a well-adjusted human being, okay? This is not, I don't don't do this because I'm well in touch with my emotions, okay? This is not, so I don't know how to talk to people in person. That's why I use apps. I can proofread that shit. I can Monday morning quarterback what I'm gonna send to somebody. When you meet somebody in person, they've been single for as long as I have, you don't know what to say to them. I met a girl on a date one time, and I could tell she was trying to be seductive, but didn't know how. So she said, Mike, you're gonna love me. I've had my tonsils out. Now, I appreciated what she was suggesting, like, hey, don't worry, I have no gag reflex. I was flattered she thought that would be an issue. Look, it's not saying it's small, ladies, but it is the easiest blowjob you'll ever have to give. It's not even really a blowjob, it's more like an unpaid blow internship, really. They have student debt, all right. Well, also the thing is, like, I'm a 35-year-old comic that lives in his mom's basement. I understand what I'm bringing to the table, but I also know that the people I'm trying to date are like, you know, dirty blondes with a snaggletooth chugging natty ice, you know, or a redhead wearing fishnets, Ugg boots, and a MAGA hat. But I'm into redheads, so. Dating in comedy is weird too, because like we kind of thrive on tragedy. I've been doing comedy for almost 20 years. Like if I start dating someone tomorrow, my career's fucking over at this point. Like I might as well just go back to work at McDonald's. Nobody? Okay, fuck it, whatever. I had. You guys like when I talk about having a tiny dick, though. Okay, I'll tell you this. I have more jokes about it if you want to hear. I had an ex tell me one time, she said, honey, I hate when you tell that joke. I wouldn't care if you could touch the bottom of a tuna can as long as you could touch the sides. It's a weird looking dick. Listen, man, if you go home tonight and it's that long, but like that big around, take him to the doctor. I promise you something's wrong with it. Any baseball fans here? I know the season's like over, but yeah.
Go Reds.
Go Reds. Yeah, how they doing? That's what I thought. Wells, how they doing?
Fuck you.
Yep. He has a Reds tattoo. He's so mad. I just got down from visiting my grandma for a few days. My grandma is the biggest baseball fan in the fucking world. She loves the Guardians more than anything. It was really easy when they changed the name. It was 2 letters. You know, she's old. It was a simple change. She's got like 90 fucking grandkids. You know how many times I've been called not the right name in my life? But I was visiting my grandma, and I finally asked her. I said, like, Grandma, why do you love baseball so much? Like, what is it? Like, I know it's the great American pastime, but what is it you love so much? She said, Mike, those baseball players have such nice tushies. Their keisters look so good in those uniform pants. And I could just, okay. Know why y'all are going to Dragons games. Okay, you're the reason they sell out every season. I was like, okay, that's weird. But then, my grandpa walks in the room, and I was like, Grandpa, she's just watching baseball to stare at dudes' butts. And he's like, why do you think she married me? And shook his ass. She started clapping. He walked over, shook it in her face. She spanked him. I got uncomfortable. Now I don't know if I can ever watch baseball with my grandma again, because 3 feet to my left, she's feeling some type of way. I love baseball because, like, first of all, it's a very self-aware sport, especially minor league baseball, because it's the only sport where they play other games at the game. They know how fucking boring they are. They're like, yeah, we need a beanbag toss or something. Like, I went to a Dragons game today. It was grown men on tricycles trying to ride around the bases and get back home first. One of them got stuck in like a divot in the dirt and just kind of like spun out for like 30 seconds, picked up, ran it around, still lost to the other guy. That was worth the $5 I paid to get in, honestly. You also see things like old people sitting there playing like the newlywed game for like Golden Corral coupons and shit. And I love baseball for being self-aware about shit like that. But I also love that it's the only sport where people communicate with sign language. And by sign language, I mean the catcher plays with his balls. This guy knows what the fuck I'm talking. You've noticed it too. The pitcher's up there just nodding and shaking his head, but the catcher's down there flicking his beanbag around, just like... Was there a class they had to go to learn that shit? You know, like, is there like some grizzled old baseball player in like an outdated uniform chomping on a half-dead cigar saying, now look, you jiggle the left one up and down 3 times with the right one in a counterclockwise circle. That's your fastball. But like, what if the catcher just has an itchy sack that day? It's a summertime sport, there's dirt and getting kicked up. What if he's down there just trying to fucking take care of that shit? And the pitcher's on the mound just like, why does he want me to throw the ball to the coach? I don't understand what's happening, right? He's my tushy looks really good in these pants, though. All right, cool. What else happened to me this year? I had to have a colonoscopy.
Yeah.
You have cheered for fucking everything tonight, sir. Give it up for that guy, yes. Or don't. All right, he's the only one cheering tonight. Fuck it. Yeah, you guys don't have to hear about it, thankfully, but because I was unconscious. But but right before I had the colonoscopy, I'm a comedian who had a medical procedure. You're going to hear about it. And the doctor was putting the mask over my head to knock me out, and he said, "Mike, do you ride a motorcycle?" I'm laying on a hospital bed with my ass out in the air that they're about to just take a fucking camera and shove it right up there, and you want to ask me how I got here today? And I said, no, I don't ride a motorcycle. Why? And he said, your helmet would be fucking huge, and turn the gas on. Passed out immediately. Woke up an hour and a half later, he's nowhere to be seen. I'm covered in lube. My mom and my nurse are there. And my nurse says, how do you feel? I said, weirdly self-conscious, honestly. Does this doctor roast his patients before he knocks them out all the time? Just like says some weird personal like insult into them, knocks them out, they wake up. This guy said I had a little dick. I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. It's the drugs, honestly. But the colonoscopy was because of some health shit that I had go on this year, and through all of that and some stuff. Since December, I have lost 110 pounds. It was a really great feeling when my doctor said, "Hey, Mike, you're no longer considered morbidly obese." And I said, "That's great." He said, "No, you are still obese." I said, "Great. I'm so fat that it's a diagnosis." Also, morbidly obese. When did we start putting like emotions in front of diseases? Seriously, like morbidly obese, deathly allergic. What's next? Evil flu? That's just COVID. Too soon? All right. I lost 100 pounds, which it's weird. I am still the fat friend out of the 3 mics, though, which is a hard thing. Imagine losing 110 pounds and all your jokes about being a fat guy still work. What jokes about being a fat guy? Let's go right into them. All right, so I talked about being the single friend. Being the single friend is not great. Being the fat friend is awesome because you get really special privileges, like you always get to ride shotgun. This guy has had to say no to sitting in the back with some fat people on a road trip. Yes, sir, you have. He's looking down like, yeah, like on the way here. Fuck. It's because the reason the fat guys get to sit in the front seat is because no one wants to sit in the back with us because that many people with a fat guy creates a vacuum seal. You open up the back seat and it goes tss, real loud. Like a Snapple bottle. Flip it over and there's a fun fact underneath. Trying to get this joke sponsored by Snapple, all right. But also when you're the fat friend in a friend group, you get to decide where everybody sits when you go out to dinner. Because they always ask the same question, table or booth? And everybody immediately looks to the largest person in the group. Well, man, where do you want to sit? Here's a hint, guys, your fat friends, we always want to sit in the table. We never want to sit in booths. We never, first of all, why are they bolted to the floor? Where are they going? I am fat. I am not hide a whole ass table under my vest and walk it out of the Buffalo Wild Wings fat, okay? I am my t-shirt occasionally gets stuck under my tits fat, okay? Okay? Where is the table going? And also, I don't need a table that's gonna be pressed so tightly against my fucking stomach that it creates the indication of where abs could be if I didn't just order a 32-piece wing. It's okay, it's a joke. Oh shit! Listen, guys. Before I get out of here, thank you so much again. Like we're 3 fucking idiot friend comics named Mike who just like talking shit and putting on comedy shows. So Give it up for yourselves for coming out to this, please. Like, make some noise for yourselves. Thank you so much. You know, we lost Wiley's Comedy Club just recently, and you know, they were in business for decades, and Bricky's has been kind of become like the second home, the new home for comics in the area. And so being able to come here and have you guys do this is great, because with comedy, this is the only way we get better. You know what I mean? If you want to be a better painter, you can sit in your room and paint for an hour a day and get better. If you want to learn to play the guitar, sit in your room for an hour a day, become an amazing guitar player. We don't know if this shit's funny until we stand in front of a room full of drunk people and really hope you think our small dick shit's funny as fuck. So thank you guys so much for coming out and just letting us do this. Seriously, thank you guys so much. It means the world to us. We do a podcast together because we're comics. We all fucking do. It's called The Three Mics. It's on YouTube. So please check it out. We have some merch in the bag. You can just scan the QR code and get it online. You don't have to worry about taking stuff home with you. It's that easy. Or just follow us online. It's all you need to do. We got one more mic coming up for you guys tonight. He's really fun. Hope you guys enjoy him. I will tell you guys one last story about the benefits of being a big guy in the dating world. And that is, fat guys eat the hell out of some pussy, let me tell you, seriously. Like, it's called eating pussy. The word eating is in the name. Like, we're already one step ahead of everybody else, you know? It's just different with us, that's all it is. Fucking with fat guys is different. We don't have the best thrust game, and that's kind of an indication of what I think thrusting is. It's just, it's like an Olympic stretch. But I was with a girl one time, and I was on top, much to her chagrin. And when we were done, she said, "Wow, you fuck really hard." And I said, "No, that's just gravity." Yeah, you can really make them think you know what you're doing if you just lift yourself up and fall right back down on top of them again. All right, guys, my name is Mike Shea. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Enjoy the rest of the night.
Give it up for Mike Shea, everybody!
Please be gentle in the comments. I'm going through a lot right now. This show was a lot of fun, and again, like, I get to do the three mics with two of my best friends in the world, and you know, Vander hates it when I get sappy, but I'm gonna do it anyway. And Vander has been really such a blessing, both to the three to comedy and dating and into my life, and really and truly, I don't think we'd have the three mics without Vander. Not just because he was the third mic, but I don't know. There was something in his personality and in his craft that he brought to everything that just really gave us everything we were missing. Like, everything that Wells and I brought to the table was good, but we really just needed like that young buck, full of energy, full of ideas, to kind of reinvigorate us a little bit. And seeing the way that it's reinvigorated life into me, and also is starting to trickle over into Wells as well, and kind of shake some stuff loose with him, and some you know, like, insecurities that he had, that every comic has with comedy after a while. So Vander's been really great in having him added to the Dayton scene, and getting to have him be the third mic has really been great. But also, like, and just to deviate a little bit here before we get to Vander's thing, I do want to also give a huge shout out to the other comics who were part of the Three Mics show that night. First and foremost, Kevin Ruppert, owner of Bricky's Comedy Club. We, you know, Wells and I especially have known Ruppert a long time, and he is, you know, we were all hanging out after the show at the bar, just chilling and drinking and having our decompression like you do. And Kevin's just telling more stories about his life. And if you heard the episode with Kevin, you know he's got a lot of stories, but I always forget how worldly Kevin is. And so so Kevin went up and did some time. I'm not going to show clips. I won't show their material, but I'll cut in a few clips here with no audio to show you guys. Just Kevin Ruppert was there. We also had Joe Young, who is really just one of the best comedy writers and one of the best comedians here in the Dayton area, and also our wonderful host Nick Osman. Nick is really new, but he has really been one of the, like, just funniest, fastest writing, just falling into the mold of comedy out of a new people I've ever seen, and having another really funny, don't give a fuck one-liner comic to go along with Wells was really great too. So, and he did a fantastic job hosting. So thank you to all three of them for coming out to the show, and to Kevin for helping us put the show on. We couldn't have done it without them. It really meant the world to us. So without further ado, please enjoy Vander's headlining set from the Three Mics.
I don't know why they hired me for this club. I don't even do comedy. I'm a rock star. I'm still convinced to this day that my friend Mike Shea, you just saw him. I don't know if he's ever had sex before. I won't say convinced, but I have my suspicions. Here in Miamisburg, where dreams come true. Here in Miamisburg, it's white alcoholics, they like to say the N-word. If you thought this was a P. party, you're certainly right. So everybody take off your clothes and pull out your dicks. Here in Miamisburg, here in Miamisburg, here in Miamisburg. Sir, what's your name?
Josh.
I was looking at him. It's cool, Josh? Your name's Josh? That's awesome. Josh, what do you do for a living?
I'm in sales.
Sales. What do you sell?
I sell equipment that breaks big rocks into
From the windows to the walls, till the sweat drops down my balls. All these bitches crawl. Oh, skeet skeet motherfucker. Oh, skeet skeet goddamn. Oh, skeet skeet motherfucker. Oh, skeet skeet goddamn. My neck, my back, lick my pussy and my crack. My neck, my back, lick my pussy and my crack. Where do you see my dick? Where do you see my dick? Hey bitch, where do you see my dick? 369, damn, she's fine. Suck it to me one more time. Getting low, getting low, getting low, getting low, getting low. Hey bitch. Nice. Fucking nice. That was cool. You guys doing all right? Yeah, my name's Vander. I'll share with you guys a little bit about myself. I chose a stage name. I know I'm in the Three Mics, so I gotta tell you my first name, but I did not tell you my complete last name. I go by Vander, right? I chose a nickname for comedy because I hate what my full name means. You know, my full name is Michael Stephen Vanderveen. And Vanderveen, it's a fucked up last name, you know? I always wondered what it means, you know? I was hoping it would be something awesome, like masterful in the bedroom, or good at comedy, but it was not. Unfortunately, I looked it up. Vanderveen, it translates from Dutch to English as of the peat bog. That fucking sucks, man. If you don't know what a peat bug is, it's essentially wet, muddy ground. You know? Like a swamp. Like Shrek the Ogre, where that guy lives. Yeah. My people just emerged from the mud, and that's me. Those are my folks. And it's an easy last name to make fun of too, you know, Vander. You can attach any one-syllable insult to Vander. Great insult. I've been called everything. Vander douche, Vander dick, unworthy of love, you know, names like that. If I hear that lady go, one more time, I swear to God, that was Shea's entire set. Self-deprecating jokes, man, she feels it. Are you a therapist? I swear. Man, I am trying to find the words to explain how I feel tonight. And it's hard to do because, I don't know, I'm hungry, man. If you can see me, you are not surprised that I've said that. If you're blind, maybe I'll do a bit that requires some physical movement. You can hear how out of breath I get. And if you're deaf, well, you can fucking see me, so... No, my friend Shea is one of my best friends, man. He lost a tremendous amount of weight recently. For the longest time, he was like, for sure, like without a doubt, the fat guy in the friend group. And then he started to lose some weight, and we were proud of him. I'm happy for him. You know, we're like, Shea, you're looking great, man. You're looking healthy. Things are going well for you. What are you down to, man? And he was like, I'm down to 315. And I heard that number, and I was like, fuck. I'm 308, man. I can't let this happen. So I talked to my doctor and got on a weight loss medication, and now I'm 275, so fuck you, Shea. I don't know if you're clapping for me or against Shea, but either way, chef's kiss. She done it again. Didn't I say I was gonna kill myself if you did that again? Nah, I left my pocket knife. Got real dark. How many suicide jokes have you guys heard tonight? 3? Was that the 3rd or was that the 4th?
2.
What? The over-under was 5, so I've still got some room to wiggle. Man, my wife and I recently, I love my wife, we've been married for over 4 years. Her and I were snuggling in bed recently, and she was the big spoon. That's the way that I like it. As a big man, I love being the little spoon. And she's got her acrylic nails, right? She was giving me some back scratches. It's my favorite thing of all time. But at one point, she stopped and asked, am I scratching your side or your back? I'm gonna be honest with you, I couldn't tell. She's also been asking me to think of ways to spice things up in the bedroom. You know, her and I have been married for 4 years. The sex life, it can always use improvement though, right? But the only thing that I can think of is food-related kinks. Like maybe I'll lick some chocolate syrup off of you, or plow with a banana so I have a snack for later. I don't know, man. It poses 2 potential issues though. The first one being that I get so full that the idea of sex just sounds exhausting. And also, if we run out of groceries, I can't come.
Been there.
Shut up, dude. You've related to way too much of this, man. You're skinny, you're fat, you're black, you're white. I've heard you say I've been there to too many different things. Who are you? Are you omnipotent? I'll share with you guys a little bit about myself. I'm an addict in recovery. I'm coming up on 9 years clean from my opiate addiction. Thank you. Yeah. I used to do heroin.
Yeah.
Let me guess, you've done that too? Fuck you. I mean, you are like 80 years old, so maybe. No, I used to do heroin. I did heroin because I really loved procrastinating my ejaculations for as long as possible. Okay, you guys haven't read up on the side effects of opiates. That's cool. Boners go bye-bye. That's what opiates means. No, I did heroin for 2 years early on in my adulthood. I only abused it for 1 year, though. The first year was awesome. I died like 12 times. It was amazing. I'm getting too many oohs right now. Let me hear some ha-has later on, please. No, addiction, it took a lot away from me, man. It really did. Ruined my life in a lot of ways, burned a lot of bridges, but there are ways that I benefited from my addiction, you know? Actually, because of my addiction, I got a free, full-ride scholarship to the Ohio State Penitentiary. Yes! OH! I owe so much money to restitution, dude. So much. No, in my addiction, I committed 2 robberies. Yeah, I got really desperate and I committed robberies. The state of Ohio, they charged me with aggravated robbery. Which is weird, because I was not aggravated during the robbery. I don't know why we have feeling words and felony charges now. I think maybe desperation robbery makes more sense, but that's just me. No, they got me on both of those. I mean, they charged me with that. They convicted me, and I ended up doing 4 years in prison. I did 4 years. Shut up, dude. It was terrible, though. It really was. Being away from my family and my friends for so long, but probably the most disappointing part of those 4 years is that nobody tried to fuck me. Now, let me explain myself. I'm not saying that I wanted them to fuck me. I'm just saying that I wanted them to want to fuck me. You know what I mean? I always thought I was a pretty handsome guy, you know? I would drop the soap on purpose. I would volunteer to pick up other people's soap. They didn't like that very much. They were like, I think I'll just stay dirty, actually. Man, addiction, it crushed my life in so many ways. But there's some things that it did not take away from. You know, I've always been a musician. I love playing guitar. I love singing songs. And addiction never took that away. Throughout my addiction, I still kept with that. So, and I know that this is a comedy show, right? So I apologize in advance. But if it's all right with everybody, I'm going to sing a song for you that I wrote when I was in my opiate addiction. Is that okay?
Okay.
This is a song I wrote when I was addicted to heroin.
Been there.
Fuck that guy. Hey, Dad, can I borrow $80? That's the whole song. That's it. Stop clapping, man. Stop clapping. That's so stupid. I also wrote a song about my bunkie. I promise I'm not tricking you guys. This one's a funny song. I'm not going to pretend that it's not a funny song. It's hilarious, actually. Clap for it, please. Sitting here in my dirty cell. My bunkie's cool, but he snores like hell and he's black. Doesn't really matter. I was gonna sing about something else, but now I feel the need to defend myself and make sure that you all know I'm not a racist. Cause I hung out with so many black guys. The racist guys would just go down to the CO's desk with a deep frown, complaining that their bunkie is a black guy. I would never do that fucking shit because I'm not racist, I swear to God. And if you say I am, that makes you racist. I should probably rewrite this song. white. That totally matters. But I'm not saying that only white lives matter, because all lives matter, but mostly black lives matter. Fuck. Sitting here in my dirty cell, my monkey's cool, but he snores like hell, and he's just a guy. I probably shouldn't assume that. God damn!
30.
What? I'm gonna talk to you for a second, man. What's going on with you tonight? How many happy apples with 2 shots of Fireball have you drank tonight? That's cool, I didn't want to talk to you anyway. That's fine. Awesome. Man. I remember, I'll go back to talking about prison since that guy doesn't want to chat. I remember my first day in prison. This floor is so creaky. You guys ever had a panic attack before? I'm just kidding, I'm not about to. I remember my first day in prison, man. I got to the CRC, the Correctional Reception Center. That's where they send you at first, right? You know, that's where you go, and they determine what prison they're going to send you to for the rest of your sentence. To the CRC, and I remember on day 1, I met with the case manager for the first time. And I sat down at the case manager's desk, and he looked at me, he was like, "You're Michael Vander, I see here 2 counts of aggravated robbery." I'm like, "Yes, that's me." Then he was like, "What are these other 2 counts of murder?" Now, I'm a junior, right? No, my dad named me after him. He's also Michael Vander. I don't know of any murders that my dad's participated in. Nonetheless, I snitched on that man immediately. Murder? You got me mixed up with my old man. I think we need to get this filthy criminal off the streets, actually. But then when I looked up, I realized he was just laughing his ass off. So he was fucking with me. I learned that that's what case managers do in prison. Fuck that guy. That's probably him. No, that's obviously a joke. I love my dad. I love my dad very much. He raised me to be a good person. He supported me, throughout my whole life, man. He made sure that I was okay through my addiction, being in prison, getting out and reintegrating into society. He always looked out for me. And he's a Vietnam veteran, right? My dad, he fought in Vietnam. When he was over in Vietnam, he actually stepped on a landmine. He got both of his legs blown off. We called him Lieutenant Dad. He didn't like ice cream very much. I remember when I was a kid, though, I thought that was normal. I thought everybody's dad didn't have legs. I'd be at the grocery store with my mom and see a guy with both of his legs and just think to myself, he must not be ready to have children yet. I don't know what it was that I thought. Maybe they chopped your legs off, sculpted them into a newborn. That's where babies came from to me. As somebody who's in recovery, though, I'm getting very annoyed with people who claim that they're an addict, but with coffee. You guys know about these assholes? I'll give you a great example of what an addict actually is. In prison, inmates would get high on Suboxone, right? Out here, Suboxone's used to treat opiate withdrawals. In prison, we didn't need it for opiate withdrawals. We would just get high off of it. Now, the way you get it into your visit, there's a lady seeing you. She's got a tied-off balloon filled with Suboxone inside of her vagina. When the COs aren't looking, she hands it to you, and you swallow it. Go back to the cell block. A day or so later, you poop it out. That's how drugs get into prison. One time, it did not successfully pass through this man's digestive system. The balloon exploded in his stomach. This is like 40 Suboxone strips. A fraction of 1 Suboxone strip will get you tore up. This guy threw up a lot. And there were other inmates that were paying this man $6 worth of commissary items to snort his throw up. So I'd like you to ask yourself this question, coffee connoisseurs. If I barf up my venti cold brew onto the dirty floor, are you gonna get on your hands and knees and sniff it up to get rid of your morning headache? No? Then go fuck yourself. You're probably not an addict. And I'm actually gonna need that coffee back. That's disgusting, man. Man, when I look back at my addiction, though, I realized that I was very particular about the drugs that I would take. Like, I liked heroin. That is all I liked, you know. Kind of, you know how, like, older dudes are with weed, you know, when they're just like, I don't want none of this new hydro, kush shit. Just give me regular weed. I was that way, but just with heroin, you know. Like, just give me, he would offer me, he'd be like, I got some fentanyl, man. I got some Oxy 30s, man. What you want? I'm like, you just have regular heroin, man? Come on. Anyway, I wrote a song about it. This song's called The Karen of Heroin Users. I'm the Karen of heroin users. That's just what I was born to be. Don't give me your crack or your meth or your hash. Let me talk to your manager, please. Sitting at home feeling dope sick. My dad agreed to loan me $80. Called up my plug, said, hey, what the fuck's up? Can I swoop through and cop me a G? A G means gram. Said I am out of my usual, but I have something here that'll do. Some call it fentanyl, some fetty wop, and it's bound to make you feel anew. I'm the Karen of heroin users. That's just what I was born to be. Don't give me your crack or your meth or your hash. Just let me go off and OD. The jaws, they had gotten too bad. I decided to give it a try. Bought it, I crushed it up, stored it a line, and then Narcan. I'm the Karen of heroin users. That's just what I was born to be. Don't give me your crack or your meth or your hash. Let me talk to the manager, please. Thank you guys so much. My name's Vander. Y'all get home safe. God bless.
We're not going anywhere. It's just that time of year, guys. So we will be back so much sooner than you realize. And in the meantime, please, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. If you're not watching us on YouTube, if you're just listening to the audio version, please, subscribe wherever, share it, follow us on social media. There are lots of free, easy things you can do to support comedians in a way. And you've heard us say this, but if you're still here, I'm going to take the opportunity to say it again. Sharing, liking, and subscribing and following are the best ways you can bolster a comedian's career and a content creator's career for $0 and minimal effort. So if you have it in you, please do so. We do have a Patreon. There's not much it's a general support Patreon. You're basically just saying, hey, you like what we do and you want to help us continue to do it. We're trying to raise money to upgrade some camera equipment and hire an editor so that we can take some of the stuff off of my shoulders. If you have it in you to do that as well, hit the links down in the description. And otherwise, guys, stick around. We got some other stuff in the pipeline while we take a break for Wells to go have another kid. And in the meantime, we'll see you guys again next time here on the Three Mics. Please support local comedy and See you soon.